Hello student, I am Dr. Deepak Taikar. Welcome you all on my YouTube channel. Friends, today I am going to talk on X-ray. If you like this video, then please like and subscribe my channel. So let us talk about X-ray. X-ray were accidentally discovered by Professor Röntgen in 1895. The nature of that radiation was not known at that time and it was denoted by letter X, hence name as X-ray. Basically, an X-ray is nothing but an high frequency electromagnetic radiation. Its wavelength is ranging from 1 angstrom unit to 10 angstrom unit. It has more penetrating power than light and it can pass through human body, wood, metals, opaque object, etc. Now let us discuss about production of X-ray. Generally in laboratory, college tube is used to produce X-ray. If you look at this figure, then there is a tungsten filament which acts as a cathode. This is an anode and potential difference is applied between these two electrodes. That means potential difference is applied between cathode and anode. On this anode, a target material is placed and this is a focusing shield made up of molybdenum which is maintained at negative potential with respect to cathode. The function of this shield is to focus the electron beam towards the target. Now in this case, the electrons are generated by thermionic emission and are focused towards the target. Around 95 to 98% of energy of that striking electrons converted into heat and the remaining into X-ray. So in this way, X-ray beam are produced. Now talking about X-ray spectra, there are two types of X-ray spectra, continuous and characteristic. If the accelerating voltage between cathode and anode is low, then continuous X-ray spectra are produced. If the accelerating voltage is high, then continuous X-ray spectra with several sharp peaks are produced, and this part of spectrum is called as line or characteristic spectra. So let us discuss about continuous X-ray spectra. If you see in this diagram the nature of that graph, the intensity increases as the wavelength increases. Then it reach up to a certain maximum value and then that intensity decreases towards the higher wavelength region. Second thing, as the potential difference between cathode and anode increases like 20 kilovolt, 30, 40 or 50 kilovolt, then the value of maximum intensity also increases. That means the height of that peak increases as the potential difference between cathode and anode increases. Next thing you can note down here that the maximum intensity peak shifted towards shorter wavelength side as the potential difference increases. Next thing you can note down here that for each curve the intensity of X-ray becomes 0 at certain wavelength and it is denoted by lambda minimum, that is also called as a cutoff wavelength, and this lambda minimum also shifted towards smaller wavelength side as the potential difference increases as shown in here, as shown in figure. So now let us talk about how continuous spectra arises, or let us talk about origin of continuous spectrum. So let us consider an atom consists of positively charged nucleus and electrons are revolving around that nucleus. Now let us consider there is a fast moving electron emitted by a cathode having say energy half mv1 square. If that electron has sufficient amount of kinetic energy to penetrate into the target atom, so see here what happens. The electron is attracted by positively charged nucleus and are deflected from their original path. So this is the path of that electron. Now during this journey, the electron gradually decelerated and lose its kinetic energy, which is given out in the form of continuous X-ray. Now let us talk about origin of characteristic spectrum. So again, let us consider an atom with central nucleus surrounded by electrons with various shell like K, L, M, etc. Now suppose the energetic electron enter into that target atom. So see here in this diagram, and let us consider that electron have sufficient amount of energy to knock out one electron from K shell. So now there is a vacancy in that K shell, and if suppose this vacancy is filled by electron from L shell, during this transition the energy is liberated as K alpha line. But let us consider another situation. If the vacancy of K shell is filled up by electron from M shell, like that. So during this transition from M to K shell, energy is liberated as denoted by K beta line. But let us consider another case. If the vacancy is in L shell and this vacancy is filled by M shell electron, then energy is liberated is denoted by L alpha line, and like that. So this is the characteristic spectra showing K alpha and K beta line. So thank you for watching my video. If you like this video, then please subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.